It's Born and Red, it's Asim and Jean as we head down towards Liverpool, but we're heading towards that little ground that's part of Liverpool. As Liverpool kick off proceedings in the Premier League weekly calendar once again. It's not as early as the Fulham one, but it's still bright and early for me. But I don't want to use that term noisy neighbours because, you know, there's not much to shout about if you're Frank Lampard and Everton. But look, it's a derby after all, isn't it? And it's going to be loud, even though it's a half 12 kick-off. It's going to be a good one, and with some tackles flying in, Gene.
It always is, and to be fair, Sim, you know, you mentioned the ground. It's the worst ground I've ever been. You remember last year? It was like a prison.
I had to piss at home today. I'm telling you, you can't even use those toilets.
It's disgusting. But yeah, look, Merseyside derby. It's always fiery. It's always passionate. There's always, like you mentioned, there's always tackles flying in. They have not started the best of starts really. I think they've got a few draws, lost one, so I think they're on just a few points, not scoring as many goals. But form goes out of the window for this one.
That's it.
Big game is always is. They thought they were a big club a couple of years ago when they spent all that money on so many big players. They thought the stadium's coming along, and they thought they finally caught up to Liverpool. But little did they know that they had the small club on Merseyside.
Yeah, spending 50 million on the likes of Gylfi Sigurdsson is not bright.
Where's he gone?
I don't know where he is. Is he actually still at Everton?
He had that issue, didn't he? Or something going on with
Oh yeah, but anyway, yeah, you're right. Look, but I think we still have to respect him. It's going to be loud today, and they're going to get behind their team as they always do. But we have to just keep our minds and have that controlled aggression. When we need to tackle and we need to go in for it, yes, fine. But we need to strike that balance today, and sometimes that balance has been missing. But we have to fly out of the traps today, like we didn't against Fulham on the first day. And I'm sure Klopp has got his troops ready.
He will have done. You know, this is a massive game, and make no mistake, going into a derby, there's no choice about you not being ready, because they're going to be ready from the minute off. So we have to be at the races straight away. And look, Klopp will have them ready because there's in the calendar there's two fixtures that Liverpool fans look out for. Number one, United, and then it's the small club Everton. So they'll be ready for this one. Okay. I can't see you starting slow in this one. You don't have a choice.
We discussed the lineups yesterday in our front three show, so head over for that, guys, as well. But I think there's a couple of sort of question marks in terms of our lineup. We've got Gomez or Matip, and I would be happy with either because, you know, each defender has got the sort of experience, they can cope, they've played in this game before, and they've got different attributes. But I'll probably stick with Gomez. Why? Because the likes of, you know, Damari Gray, Anthony Gordon, they're going to be quick in transition, and that's where they want to hurt us today. Just like Crystal Palace wanted to, Newcastle wanted to. But I mentioned Newcastle and Everton, bloody hell. If we see those dirty, dark arts today, I'll be surprised.
It's Frank Lampard, Mourinho's son, man.
Oh, you might shout a club today as well. You might shout a club and he'll put that on his CV again. But anyway, look, we have to be careful in the transition, and that's why I'd probably play Gomez today.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you think Matip might get the nod?
Look, I would go with, like mentioned, look, I'm not too fussed who starts. I genuinely believe that Gomez will start, especially, you know, Gordon.
Shout out to Costa for the free promotion as well.
Especially Gordon coming in from the left-hand side. He caused us a lot of problems last game. So I think with Gomez's pace, he probably will stick with Gomez, with him playing the last few games, just to give Trent that extra cover.
Yeah.
The next position, obviously, you're going to mention is the midfield, aren't you?
I know Ivan said, look, Curtis hasn't played a minute of football, but I don't know. I don't want Carvalho on Elliott. I think we're just too sort of open then. Yes, we can beat him with football. We'll have plenty of footballers on the pitch. But I also want a bit of experience. And I know Curtis is only 21, 22, but he's played in these games before, like I mentioned with the Gomez and the likes of Matip as well. And he can look after the ball and he can progress with it as well. So I think it's just the right balance. But I think Milner's going to play.
Yeah. Look, I was a bit blinded, I'm not going to lie. The sheer hope of me seeing Carvalho play, because he's been brilliant the way he started. So it's just me being me wanting Carvalho to start. But now I've slept on it, look, it makes a lot more sense. Milner or Curtis Jones to start. It will be Milner, I think. On that side, like I mentioned, Gordon is an issue.
When he stays on his feet.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. He choked last time.
But you're right, he's going to be dangerous.
I think that experience in the midfield will help Trent, and hopefully he can cover the space in behind when Trent goes forward, because he's used to that position before, and he did well when he came on in that right back position against Newcastle. So yeah, I think Milner's going to start.
Heading over to the boys in blue, Gene. They've had some decent signings. I say decent, but decent for Everton. They brought in a couple of players like the likes of Mope. Obviously they got Hanana earlier in the window. Idrissa Gueye has come back to Everton. I thought he was a decent player for him, and he's feisty in the tackle.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's got his clearance, has he?
I don't. I'm not too sure if he's got his clearance.
Okay.
He signed somebody else as well recently. Idrissa Gueye is one of them. There was another one. I can't remember who signed.
Yeah.
I'm sure they signed. There was two that they signed pretty late.
I think they got one a lad from Gallagher from Man United or something. Ghana.
Oh yeah, Ghana from United. That's the one. Yeah, Ghana. Will they start? Not too sure. Merseyside derby. Would you throw him in? Probably not. I think the interesting one is I don't think Mope started the last game. Mope generally has a decent game against Liverpool. He always causes a lot of problems.
Yeah.
Me personally, I think he will go with Mope.
You think so?
Today. I don't know. I just think he is.
I think he might go with Damari Gray. I think because of that counter.
Gray as well as Gray did well against us as well.
He did, and he got a goal against us last. Goodison, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So I think he might go, but you're right. Mope is that annoying striker where he needs about 10 chances to put the ball back in the net, but he's always there. And we're back, guys. You're probably thinking, how the hell did that happen? But I guess it adds to the whole authenticity. But suddenly I can't drive, and we've swapped. But joking aside, I think we're having a few technical problems. I just need to delete some stuff off my phone. But yeah, we parked up, we swapped, I sorted it out, and we're back on the road. About 20 minutes away from Liverpool. I'm just going to wrap up now. I was just about to wrap up the last video and I saw it stop recording. But Gene, I'm going to come to you for the predictions. You predicted 2-1 last night.
I'm sticking with him. I think it's still going to be a tight game, still a derby, and both teams ain't firing on all cylinders, let's say. So I'm predicting a close one, 2-1 Liverpool.
The amount of times I predicted and predicted different sort of predictions as well. But I think I predicted 3-1 last night, didn't I? Yeah. I think I said Diaz to come on, Diaz and Salah to bag one, and then Nunes when the game opens up. I think he's going to get about 20-30 minutes today. But yeah, it should be good. It should be lively. It should be feisty. Everton v Liverpool. If you come and join us after the sort of post-match reaction and get us, we'll be on Redmond today as well, I think. Yeah. Chris has been in touch, and stay tuned for that as well. But if you're in this one, please give us a like, subscribe and follow wherever you see us across social media. We shall catch you on the other side of the 90, and let's hope the Reds are the absolute business today with a convincing 3 points.